In the bustling streets of Nice, France, under a bright Mediterranean sun, a stoic man in a sleek black suit revs the engine of his high-performance BMW, hired as a getaway driver for a bank heist. The tension builds as three masked robbers pile in, but a fourth unexpected one throws off the weight calculation, sparking a heated argument. The man's face hardens with unyielding resolve, adhering strictly to his rules. No changes to the deal. The leader coldly shoots the extra robber, dumping the body, and they screech off just as police sirens wail in pursuit. The man weaves through narrow alleys at breakneck speeds, tires squealing on cobblestones, executing hairpin turns that send pedestrians scattering in fear. Emotions run high, adrenaline-fueled focus for the man, panic for the robbers, as he outmaneuvers cop cars, smashing through barriers and leaping over obstacles. In a heart-pounding climax, he accelerates toward a dead-end parking garage ramp, launching the car airborne onto a flatbed truck below, landing perfectly amid stacked vehicles. The robbers escape, but the man refuses further work, his calm demeanor masking quiet satisfaction at a job flawlessly executed. Shifting to a serene villa overlooking the shimmering French Riviera, the man returns home, methodically cleaning his car and disposing of evidence with mechanical efficiency. A friendly yet suspicious police inspector arrives, bantering lightly while probing about the robbery as the man maintains a poker face, emotions bottled up in stoic professionalism. No high-octane action here, but the verbal choreography dances on the edge of suspense. The man accepts a new job, transporting a large duffel bag in his trunk to a remote villa. Midway, a flat tire halts him in a quiet, isolated spot surrounded by scrubby hills. Curiosity piqued by movement in the bag, he breaks his ironclad rule and unzips it, revealing a bound and gagged young woman, her eyes wide with desperation and fear. Emotions clash. His irritation at the complication versus her pleading vulnerability, as he reluctantly gives her a soda, only for her to bolt into the wilderness. The chase ensues. He pursues her through dusty terrain, tackling her gently but firmly, his movements precise and economical like a trained predator. Back on the road, two patrolling cops spot them. The man swiftly subdues them with chokeholds and ties them up, stowing them in the trunk. Delivering the woman to a slick American man at a lavish estate, he receives a briefcase in return, his face betraying subtle unease at the human cargo, setting a tone of moral conflict amid the high-stakes transport world. Stopping at a roadside market under overcast skies, the man buys drinks for the captive cops, but as he approaches the car, the briefcase detonates in a massive fireball, engulfing his beloved BMW in flames and wreckage. Rage boils over his usually impassive features, betrayal fueling a cold, calculated fury. He storms back to the American man's opulent villa. Bursting through the door, he dispatches henchmen in a hallway melee, using hatchets grabbed from attackers in fluid, acrobatic dodges and strikes, parrying blades, slamming heads into walls, and flipping foes over railings. The setting echoes with gunfire and grunts, emotions raw as he interrogates survivors with brutal efficiency. Stealing a luxury car, he discovers the woman hiding in the back, her terror mixing with gratitude. As they speed away, the man's vengeance transforming into reluctant protection. Back at the man's fortified villa, nestled against rocky cliffs, he tends to the woman, who reveals her ties to human trafficking. The inspector returns, probing the car bombing, but the woman poses as the man's lover to alibi him, injecting awkward humor amid tension. Suddenly, attackers launch missiles from afar, shattering the peace. The villa erupts in explosions, debris flying as automatic gunfire peppers the walls. Emotions peak in survival mode. The man's steely determination contrasts the woman's panic. The escape choreography is breathtaking. They dive into an underwater tunnel beneath the house, swimming through dark, churning waters to a hidden safe house boat, emerging gasping but alive. In the dimly lit, cozy confines of the safe house on a boat in a quiet harbor, the woman seduces the man, their intimacy a brief respite laced with vulnerability, her gratitude and his guarded affection blending in a passionate encounter. At a police station under fluorescent lights, she hacks into computers, uncovering the American man's trafficking operation involving shipping containers of people. The man's reluctance gives way to resolve, emotions shifting from detachment to reluctant heroism as they plan their next move. The man and woman confront the American man, guns drawn in a tense standoff. Revelations explode. The woman's father, an older man, emerges as the partner in crime, his betrayal stinging with familial pain. The inspector arrives, but the villains frame the man for kidnapping, leading to his arrest in handcuffs, the setting shifting to a sterile police interrogation room where frustration boils under the surface. At the bustling Marseille docks at dusk, cranes looming like giants over stacked containers, the man, freed by the inspector's subtle aid, retrieves weapons. He races to intercept the trafficking trucks. Cornered in a grimy bus depot at night, surrounded by parked vehicles and oily floors, the man faces a swarm of goons. Outnumbered, he kicks over barrels of motor oil, creating a slick arena. The setting transforms into a slippery battlefield under harsh fluorescent lights. Emotions surge with ingenuity and grit. He straps bike pedals to his shoes for traction, sliding and striking with balletic precision, kicking foes who slip comically yet brutally, using the oil to evade grabs, flipping enemies into bus windows that shatter in cascades of glass. Fleeing into the dawn-lit countryside, the man's stolen car fails, leading him to a small airfield where he commandeers a prop plane. Soaring over highways, he pursues the convoy of trucks below. In a daring maneuver, he parachutes from the plane, landing atop a moving semi-truck. Wind whipping as he clings precariously, emotions of exhilaration and peril heightening the stunt's audacity on the thundering highway. Trucks barreling at full speed, the man battles atop and inside the rigs in a blow-by-blow frenzy. He grapples with the American man in the cab, exchanging punches while swerving lanes, fists flying, heads slamming into dashboards. Leaping between trailers, he fights henchmen, tossing them off edges amid honking horns and screeching tires. The man hurls the American man out, where he's crushed under wheels, then faces the older man at a cliffside, gunpoint tension broken when the woman shoots her father to save him. Police arrive, freeing the captives from containers as the man stands triumphant.